seasons for the first time in 12 years. Tonight they host last year's regular season champs out of the Ohio Valley Conference in the Southeast Missouri Redhawks. Glad to have you with us alongside Jared Sutton. I'm Max Toma. And it's a great night. It's great to be part of a home opener in the first of what is 7 straight here at home for Mizzou.
Yeah, Mizzou fresh off an NCAA tournament appearance last year. They start 1-0 with a win at Howard on Monday. Back on their home floor in front of the Mizzou faithful tonight.
It's year 4 now for Dennis Gates here in Como. And like any team, you got to start with the additions in the transfer portal. Here are 2 of the 5 and 2 massive ones. Sean Phillips Jr. had a career day at Howard in the nation's capital on Monday. Jaden Stone was terrific off the bench.
Yeah, Sean Phillips Jr., a transfer from Arizona State, 7-footer with a live body. He's going to be an instant impact for Mizzou at the center position. And then Jaden Stone, who missed last season with an injury at West Virginia. 20-point-per-game score at Detroit Mercy. For Mizzou fans, think Caleb Grill, Demoy Hodge, Cassius Robertson. Great shooter, great scorer that will add an instant impact on the offensive end.
2 years ago, the last healthy season for Jaden Stone, he averaged just under 21 points per game. That was 22nd in the country. And Phillips, a true number 5 that could contribute on the offensive end. Kind of a new wrinkle for this Mizzou team here under Dennis Gates. We're off and running. A great crowd here at Mizzou Arena on their feet right now. As Anthony Robinson, the second, the junior for Tallahassee, took a massive step forward, brings us into the front corner. Chuck Phillips Jr. misses the bunny, gets it right back. And the offensive glass is going to be a massive feature here tonight. And an early theft. Braxton Stacker breaks a great length and athleticism on both ends for SEMO and for Brad Cord's team. Starting 5 for SEMO, the same as it was on Monday when they lost just east of us at St. Louis against the Billikens. Brendan Terry's got the ball at 6'7". He is their tallest starter. A team that does have 3 7-footers, though. Terry's going to have his work cut out for him tonight. B.J. Ward probing. Great defensive possession, but Stacker fakes left, goes right, and can't convert on the two-handed slam.
Great contest there by Mark Mitchell as well at the rim.
And all the way in, easy. There it is for Mark Mitchell, who the doors are going to be flung open for him. He's going to be unlocked, playing the 3 spot. With the height and size that this team has this year now with the starters and Porter and in Phillips Jr.
And what Missouri wants to do is just pound the ball in the paint tonight, but also get out in transition. It's something Coach Korn talked about at SEMO, of just stopping Missouri's offensive attack, getting out in defensive transition.
Almodovar gives it away. Mark Mitchell out in transition, and he loses it, gives it right back. Luke Almodovar, the junior, the NAIA transfer, coast to coast, swatted at the rim.
That's what Sean Phillips does. That length, athleticism at his size, right at the top of the square, blocking the shot.
It's the same 5 out there from the game in D.C. against Howard. The game Missouri won 88-67. Shot 56%, made more than half of their threes. Hit 10 that day, looking for their first here tonight, and getting it. Bullseye from Robinson.
Anthony Robinson, that's what he's added to his game. With Sean Phillips coming in, that side ball screen with those 2, you got to pick one. And right there, Anthony Robinson, great footwork into the step back. Great shooter. Anthony Robinson has worked on his jump shot, shot it well in pregame, knocks it down, nothing but the bottom of the net.
And a reaching foul on Javon Porter, but Ant Robinson boosted his points per game more than 5 last year. Assists were way up too, much improved, and looking to take another step forward here this season.
Yeah, that's a pure stroke. Anthony Robinson is a tough shot maker, but one of the things that Dennis Gates and his staff has talked a lot about is with the shooting that has left the team from last season, Anthony Robinson has a chance to step up and show that he is a shooter. Last year, his role was more point guard, get other guys some shots, get into the paint with paint touches. Anthony Robinson obviously can score, get to the free throw line, but he is a really good shooter, and that's something that he wants to show more of this season for Missouri.
Great hands from Sebastian Mack. This is a tie-up, though, and it goes back to the Redhawks. That's Troy Cole Jr. getting his hands in the breadbasket. The senior from Donaldsville in Louisiana, who came over from Highwood Community College 2 years ago.
One of the things, too, Max, you're seeing with Sean Phillips, he has a relentless motor. 100 miles an hour at all times, offensively and defensively. Very active, brings great energy to both ends of the floor.
Not just the size at 7 foot, but 245. He's muscular, and he's got hops, right? Big bounce. Gets up and down quickly. Stacker straight away, and it's rounded out. Another board for Phillips.
It's also the versatility. He's right out there guarding on the perimeter, moving his feet. He can really slide laterally, and then the shot goes up. He's going to that glass.
He's got a massive mismatch down low. In first, Brendan Terry. Triple try. Mack had it stripped away. Fortuitous bounce right back to him. Stuck in the corner, skirts the baseline and gets fouled.
Right now, Missouri trying to spread the floor and attack off the bounce. SEMO doing a nice job of shrinking and protecting that paint, trying to shrink the floor a little bit, knowing Missouri's size is such an advantage tonight, something they're going to have to try to match.
It's a difficult start. Arduous opening week for SEMO at SLU, then at Mizzou. They're facing two teams that run a very similar style. Great inbounds play. Porter left alone.
That little pick-the-picker action off the flex cut. And Javon Porter, great patience there. Let the defender fly by and finish.
Got to feel good if you're Dennis Gates when the ATOs are working the first week of the regular season.
Absolutely, especially when you've been working on those all summer, all fall.
BJ Ward well off the mark. Maybe their best player and #1 on the scouting report for the opposition this year. For a SEMO team that won 21 games last year. 15-5 in the OVC. That was the most regular season conference win they've ever had. Bucket and a foul, and there is Sebastian Mack announcing his presence in his first game at Mizzou Arena. So Dennis Gates, the story for both these teams really entering this year is off years 2 years ago and trying to prove that they were outliers after great seasons last campaign.
Absolutely, and you know, when we talked to Coach Korn too, he talked about winning 10 straight in February last year for that SEMO team that had such a great year. For Mizzou, they had such a great run at the start of league play. They hit a little dead period towards the end of league play before the SEC tournament in Nashville where they struggled. A lot of Mizzou fans will remember the loss at Vanderbilt. That was a tough overtime loss that led them into a little bit of a tailspin, and it felt like they could never really get their legs back into that NCAA tournament with the unfortunate loss to Drake.
It's all about sequencing. It was a great year, but it didn't end on the best of notes down the stretch, right?
You always want to play your best basketball at the right time, as coaches say. And when you can play your best ball in February and carry that into March, felt like Missouri kind of lost a little bit of the steam there towards the end of February.
They went from a team that was 0-18, obviously, in the SEC 2 years ago to a team that was 10-8, finished tied for 6th in the regular season.
Dennis Gates just did such a great job last year, though, to identify the problems, right?
3 top 5 wins, too.
Exactly. A team that got to the free throw line tonight. They addressed size. They addressed rebounding. Obviously, had some quality wins last season. A lot of wins in this building that were high-level wins. And that man right there, Anthony Robinson, was a huge part of it.
Can't get the floater, but stays with it. Good fight from the junior. Luke Northweather in off the bench for the first time, the Oklahoma transfer. Mitchell going to work on the low block with the right hand, too strong. And a loose ball foul. That goes against Porter. Heck of a start, though. The first 10 going to Mizzou in their first 4+ minutes here at Mizzou Arena this year. Going here between breaks. It's a student section that's just about entirely full on this Friday night with a huge football game coming across the street at Faroe Field tomorrow as well. So Brad Korn, the man at the help with the Redhawks, he's in year 6. Last year, the OVC regular season champs, the first time they won the OVC since 2000. Won the OVC tournament a couple years prior to that, and man who's really guided these SEMO Redhawks to new ground and consistency that they hadn't had maybe before for the last couple decades.
Yeah, Coach Korn talked a lot when we had a chance to talk to him this week about that team from last year and just how special of a group it was to coach. You know, you can tell with coaches when they talk about their teams from the year prior, and he really wanted to really describe what that team meant to him as a coach and the success they had and where they started too around this time last year, like we talked about before the break, of their run in February that really catapulted them. Or he even said in February he's starting to get a little sad knowing that group was eventually going to depart after the season. But what a special season they had last year.
It's funny, he told us, hey, I was not really looking forward to the end of the season because I knew I was going to really miss our group of guys we had last year, and that was before they rattled off 10 straight victories down the stretch of the season.
Yeah, I mean, especially too the buy-in of that group that he talked about, of just the commitment level, the parents. He talked about the families that were part of those teams. And that's obviously goes back to the recruiting and putting the team together and what you want to identify. He's got a great track record being a former player himself and has had great coaches to look up to in his career. And you can see that when he talks about that team from last season.
He's a guy that played at SIU with the Salukis, and his head coaches back then, Bruce Weber, Matt Painter, and how terrific to learn, even as a player, under the tutelage of those two. Those were some great years, too, down at Carbondale. He was a big part of them. Ward hands it off on a moving screen.
That's the versatility of Missouri defensively too. They can switch everywhere with the guards and the size, but Missouri can go big, they can go small. This is a smaller lineup, and especially when you have Anthony Robinson, that's just a smart play by Ant to try to blow up that screen. The illegal screen not set, too much space there. Anthony does a great job of shooting that screen off the ball. That's why Anthony Robinson's got a chance to be in that SEC Defensive Player of the Year conversation when we hit February and March.
He's the only returner from that SEC all-defensive team from a year ago. Comes into this campaign probably the best on-ball defender widely considered in the conference.
And obviously the key is keeping him on the floor, keeping him out of foul trouble.
Very aggressive defensively. That plays a very positive factor, but can get in foul trouble at times. Just sliding into the rim there, Mark Mitchell. In the first 12 going to Mizzou. It's 5 minutes scoreless out of the gate here for the Redhawks.
This will be great for Mark Mitchell, too, to have that size where he doesn't have to play strictly at the 5 or the block. He can play in the corners, and he can use his athleticism to blow by the previous possession to get that bucket.
DJ Warren gets SEMO on the board, and then he gets the steal defensively. Trying to get out and run, gets to the elbow. And get the friendly roll, but Idata in off the bench. This is one of the 3 7-footers. David Idata, the senior from the Netherlands. It's a team that has 14 players on it. 9 of them are returners from a year ago. That's great retention for Brad Korn's team. But 9 of them are also guards. So coming into this matchup, it could be tough for them from an athleticism perspective, but certainly a size one as well. And it could be a big night for Idata off the bench in terms of the minutes he lost.
Yeah, Idata gets the offensive rebound. Dennis Gates goes right back to his bench and is getting Sean Phillips right back in the game as well to match that size right when Missouri was going to go small.
9 players come back, 3 transfers, 2 true freshmen. And it's funny because Coach Korn described to us as this year kind of being like the last dance, but he wasn't even really talking about the team as much as he was talking about it being the coaching staff and them having a very easy offseason compared to what it normally is these days, having to deal with the portal, having to finish the gauntlet and the rigors of a long season, and then have 15 to 20 guys you got to host on official visits, right?
Right, and especially too, it's an everyday commitment even during the season. And him talking about what if a player has a good game tonight, or a couple days down the road where it's a 20-point per game score at that point with averages, and then all of a sudden maybe you're getting contacted by agents, and all of a sudden the process starts to begin. That's something a coach like Coach Korn wants to avoid.
Jaden Stone rises and hits his first shot here at Mizzou Arena. We talked about him in the open, the grad student from Perth, Australia. Came to Mizzou from West Virginia. Now Tovar with the answer from deep.
Quick release.
And came over from St. Francis University in Indiana, the NAIA ranks, where he averaged over 20 points a game. And right back at you, Jaden Stone. A hot start.
You see the confidence, too. And the thing about Jaden Stone is he will get the 3-point shooting, and he can get to the mid-range as well. He can score it in all 3 phases.
Great find. That's Blocker with the assist off the bench.
Great cut, great find.
More fluidness for SEMO offensively than we saw over the first 5 minutes.
Once again, this pace, though, does benefit Missouri. They want to play fast. SEMO's trying to match that.
Mitchell driving, another easy bunny. They hit 4 straight in 8 of their last 10.
Yeah, it's a size advantage and just the touch by Mark Mitchell around the rim. That was contested, but great touch.
Another great interior pass. What a find that was from the cutting David Idata off the ball.
Luckily, what an and one as well. Great finish. Again, Missouri's got to protect the paint. Giving up 2 cuts right across the face for layups.
Mitchell isolated, trying to get to the low block, had it swatted away. Marquez Bell on the leak out in the alley. Luke Tovar hits the 3, and then the 2-handed flush moments later.
I wasn't familiar with your game. That was some bounce right there to go get that. I wasn't sure he could go get that. Big time dunk.
Comes from an incredibly athletic family. There's Luke Tovar out of Noblesville, Indiana. Well, they've now hit 4 straight as well.
Yeah, Missouri's got to slow it down here, which they are. Run some actions, get that ball moving.
T.O. Barrett fakes left, nice into the lane. He lost it though. Getting it right back, Phillips Jr. put it on the floor. And draws the whistle and the foul with some words after the fact. Phillips also brings this. He is a fiery individual.
He's a competitive guy. He does not back down from much.
So on the other side, could be big moments like this in transition where you can get out and run with numbers advantage. And Luke Almodovar, how about this moment for a kid playing D1 basketball for the first time this week?
And important to get ahead of the ball on a transition break, so you got to run your lane and make the right angle as well. Great finish.
The previous action is under review.
Looking at a potential dead ball technical foul. Roll Lewis, Owen Short, and Doug Shows our officiating crew tonight. Here's our first look.
Yeah, a little shove in the back there, I think, is what Sean Phillips was upset by initially. That's one thing with Sean Phillips, too, when he catches the ball there on the baseline. He's trying to make a power dribble there and put the ball on the floor. And that plays into SEMO's hands. They want him to expose the ball right there. It's just a bang-bang play, but the push in the back is what starts that altercation.
So the review going down here. Both offenses really flourishing. Saw some turnovers, and that was a point of emphasis for Mizzou. I'd say the areas they struggled on Monday in D.C. From the free throw line, they were just 10 to 21 and 16 turnovers. It's a lot of natural, maybe first game blemishes and just not having the full-on chemistry. But it's a team that did put up 100 points here in the exhibition game against Kansas State.
For SEMO gets slew, too. They gave up 48 points in the paint. They were dominated on the glass, out-rebounded, but they did have an advantage in the points off turnovers. So that is something to watch for in any game. In a game like this, when you're on your home court, you got to take care of the basketball. And that's something SEMO's going to try to do, is active hands to try to get those steals to get the activity on the break.
After further review, we have a double dead ball technical foul on 18 for Red, number 15 for White. They offset will resume play with 2 free throws for Missouri.
There you have it, off ball. Dead ball technical fouls against Idata and Phillips. 2 in-state foes, you're always going to get this kind of energy, and it's going to get a little physical.
Yeah, Sean Phillips, you know, a guy that plays with a ton of passion, ton of energy. We talk about the motor and the compete level. That's something Coach Korn talked about when we talked about Sean Phillips. Was just his first word was whoa, just about his activity and his length and his size, but it's how hard he plays. So any sort of pushing and shoving, Sean Phillips, his time at Arizona State as well, he's played at high level basketball, so nothing new to Sean Phillips.
Had 1 year at LSU, then went to Tempe for 2 seasons with the Sun Devils. Senior center, now 0 for 3 from the free throw line this year. A guy who could become a household name, I'd imagine, in the SEC this year. 16 points, 8 field goals on Monday in his Mizzou debut. Those are both career bests.
Well, this is something Coach Gates has talked with his team a lot about, is free throw shooting. That was one area they really struggled with in the Howard game. Sean Phillips is going to be at the line a lot this season. He's going to have to convert those free throws. A little side spin out of his hand on those free throws. Nice take.
What a spin from Marquez Bell, the junior out of Kansas City. He is a spark off the bench, and one they might need here tonight.
Missouri, their defense has got to tighten up. Too many easy ones at the rim, too many driving lanes.
6-0 run for SEMO. Ends right here with authority.
It's great when you have forward-to-forward passing. It's a great look by Javon Porter to just turn and look high-low action. Sean Phillips so quick off the floor to go finish. Great read, though, by Javon Porter.
Marquez Bell trying to get downhill again. Backdoor to blocker. Was all the way through. Didn't hurt too much from Brendan Terry. Got an advantage here size-wise, though, and floats it up and in.
It's an excellent defense by Anthony Robinson. Last year, he reaches there, maybe gets a foul. He's solid, goes straight up. It's a tough bucket, but not a foul on Anthony Robinson.
Mack with some contact, doesn't get the foul call. And the Redhawks take it around, 2-possession game. Almodovar's got an early 7 just like that.
Can't get too easy. Right now, SEMO doing a great job of spreading the floor, and where's the help defense from Missouri? That's an easy drive. There's nobody in gaps from Missouri defensively to stop the ball.
SEMO getting it done on both ends right now. They have made 7 straight shots, and Robinson skips it over. Mack thought about it. Knifing into the lane again. He's so good driving to the cup.
That's what Sebastian Mack does. He's an attacker that gets to the free throw line. He led UCLA in free throws attempts and makes the last 2 seasons. He wants to attack that rim and put pressure on the rim.
Mizzou was third in the country in free throw attempts per game. They were second in the nation in free throw makes. As they go to a zone look here defensively.
Yeah, a little 1-3-1 right there. Look into a 2-3 is something Dennis Gates does a lot of, is just changing that zone. What looks like a 1-3-1 then goes to a 2-3. Great defense by Sean Phillips.
Dangerous look ahead pass, but it gets all the way through to Robinson. Good footwork, bucket, and the foul. Ant Robinson. He's got it early, 5, and the lead right back to 5 for Mizzou. They were flourishing early.
At that time, Missouri was on a run. This was high level. Bouncy at the rim, running the floor in transition. This just taking Jacob Cruz off the bounce, no help defense. Strong left-hand drive, and a strong finish.
A 6'3" lefty, the junior, and in just his second game at the D1 level, getting out and running. He can hit the 3. Shot 50% from the field last year. Hit 67 threes and shot over 41% from deep.
And it's a great response by SEMO as well. We just talked about Missouri on a 12-0 to start the game.
It's 12-0 after 5 minutes.
After that first media timeout, SEMO has come back and really been in attack mode, attacking gaps, really exposing Missouri's help side defense. That's probably something Dennis Gates is talking about. You saw the change from Dennis Gates going to a matchup zone because they're getting beat off the bounce. And that's not something you want to see if you're Missouri. But SEMO doing a really good job of spacing the floor, getting to the rim, and then sharing the ball. And then this game is going to be defensive transition and offensive transition. It just depends what team's going to set the tone in terms of that fast break points in this game.
It's crazy to think that the Redhawks, 5 minutes in, did not have a point. They didn't have a bucket. And just a few minutes later, they're shooting 57%. I mean, Mizzou has made 7 of their last 8, but SEMO has cut into this deficit.
Well, and we talked about points in the paint, too, right before the last media timeout. Right now, Mizzou's just +2 points in the paint. That's something Missouri coming into this game was looking to dominate, and that was something Coach Korn talked about. They got to take that away. So for SEMO to be in this game and just strictly off points on the paint, that's a great sign. And SEMO also +2 points from the bench. That's not something you're accustomed to seeing from a Missouri team that's very deep.
Yeah, the Redhawks in that 92-67 loss at SLU on Monday were -25 on the glass. And last year, even though they were among the best in most categories in the OVC, they were last in offensive rebounds, and they were third to last in rebounding margin. And Robinson just came down on somebody's foot. He's complaining and hobbling a little bit on the way back.
It's good to see Anthony Robinson, too. A lot of preseason lists, they're preseason lists for a reason, but Anthony Robinson, he's got a chance to have a breakout year, and a lot of coaches around the SEC see that. They know who Mark Mitchell is and what Mark Mitchell brings. They know about the transfer, but Anthony Robinson is one of the best returning players. Not being talked enough nationally, but he can really do things on both ends of the floor. He's got a chance to have a big-time year for Missouri.
How about the passing? The skip, the extra pass, Braxton Stacker, who can hit that deep ball. Gets it back within 5.
SEMO's got a ton of confidence. Really doing well, especially after that first 4-minute period of this game.
Robinson contested. It's Troy Cole Jr. going the other way, 2-on-2. Couple guys wide open at the top. B.J. Ward. He made it back-to-back there. All of a sudden, it would have been a 2-point game. B.J. Ward's got a good stroke. He was 2 of 4 from distance on Monday. Mitchell spinning, hanging, and gets another bucket. Mark Mitchell with an early 8.
Such great body control, and the best thing about Mark Mitchell, he can go both directions off the bounce. Great head fake and ball fake, great footwork to get the spin in the bucket. And again, rebounding, leading the break. Something Mark Mitchell's going to do a lot more of this year.
Mitchell again in transition, and the foul. Mark Mitchell already into double figures with 10.
This is something Missouri was talking about in pregame, with just Mark Mitchell getting back to Mark Mitchell form after the Howard game. This is where Mark Mitchell thrives. He's in the open floor. Rebounds the basketball one end of the floor, hits Anthony Robinson, and then runs the break hard, rim running, the footwork with the pace, great euro, and the right hand, offhand finish going through the contact. That's a great play by Mark Mitchell. And such a great attacker downhill with that pace, his length, his athleticism, but his ability to go both directions makes life so difficult for defenders that try to keep him in front.
The team last year just under 14 points a game, but another missed free throw for Mizzou. They have only made 1 of the 4 they've attempted so far. But for Mitchell, I mean, with the addition of Porter and Phillips to the starting lineup, it's got to feel so nice for him to be back in his own comfort zone, right?
No question. Too many times he was at the 5, and Missouri can go small, but Mark Mitchell is more comfortable at the 4 if he can have a true big. It just takes so much pressure off him.
Stacker hits another one. Back-to-back threes for him. SEMO back within 6, and a blocking foul, much to the chagrin of Brendan Terry.
Right now, Missouri's got to lock in defensively. SEMO doing a great job of moving the ball and getting some quick shots, but Missouri's defense has been behind. Right there, though, Mark Mitchell's just leading the charge, though, in the transition break. If nobody's picking up the ball, he's going to attack that paint and get to the free throw line.
Elliot Lowndes will check in for the first time, so Terry hits the bench. He's got 2 fouls. Lowndes, 7-foot senior. And another miss, but kept alive, Northweather. And it's Stone who gets another bucket. He's perfect from the field, 3 of 3.
Stone just being in the right place at the right time there to pick up the offensive glass and stick back.
Almodovar, tough triple, hits another one. He's got 10 points.
Yeah, that's a basic switch from Missouri, but what a big-time shot. That's from deep, too, at the Norm Stewart logo.
Mizzou slowing it down a bit on this possession. T.O. Barrett with a great interior pass. Sebastian Mack finishes it home.
High IQ plays from both Mark Mitchell and T.O. Barrett. Mark Mitchell throws a one-handed right-hand pass to T.O., and T.O.'s ready to attack. All plays off a jump stop and finishes with a great pass to Sebastian Mack.
Strong cut from Marquez Bell. He'll go to the free throw line when we come back. Still a tight one. Mizzou shooting 75%. SEMO just about 60 right now. Mizzou Arena, Max Tomo alongside Jared Sutton. First week of the college basketball season. And how about Luke Almodovar, the NAIA transfer? This is a man whose grandfather, Billy Keller, played 7 years with the Pacers in the ABA and won 3 ABA championships. He is in the Indiana Sports Hall of Fame. This is a former legend back in the day. Look at these photos.
I just love the belt, you know, that ties in this old school uniform, the old Purdue uniform, but man, what an athletic family and a bunch of hoopers in the fam.
Yeah, that is quite literally a belt as a part of that jersey. That's a crazy look.
Man, has he been good, though, in this first half. Just so efficient. 4 of 6 from the field, 2 of 3. He's played 9 minutes, got 10 points. Done a really nice job taking his opportunities, getting to his spots. And obviously, the high-level lob dunk that we got to experience here in the first half.
At 8 points in his Redhawks debut on Monday, but it feels like for Brad Korn's team, I mean, even on the misses, they're getting the looks they want.
They are, and you know, it's quick shots, but it's shots that are good shots. Missouri's communication defensively has been really poor. Not a lot of talking, and give the Redhawks credit too. I like a lot of their actions and screening for each other, getting each other open. But finding the right shot and the pace of this game too. SEMO's willing to play Missouri's brain, and that is up and down. Been much of a track meet here in the first half.
They're not shying away from the pace. Marquez Bell continuing at the free throw line, the junior from Kansas City. Had 10 points off the bench on Monday. Goes up to 5 here tonight. Another guy with plenty of athletes in the family. His brother Ronnie, the wide receiver, who was at Michigan, now with the New Orleans Saints. His twin Kendrick is a wide receiver currently with the Wolverines.
Some KC kids there.
There's a lot of Mizzou guys in this matchup from the state and from Kansas City too. Phillips had it swatted away. That's Elliot Lowndes. Leads to a Cole 3 in transition. Pull off the mark. He's 1 of 4 from distance on Monday.
One thing SEMO's done a nice job of, that 6 steals now, and it's all quick hands that they've shown in the paint.
Great find for Barrett. Still not too heavy on the triple.
That's what T.O. Barrett brings his team. He's poise, IQ, so tough and physical. There's a great decision maker.
We talk a lot about the added length and size for Mizzou, but they've got a great deal of depth now at the guard spot, especially with the Mack addition. T.O. Barrett in year 2. They're hoping he can take a similar level of improvement from year 1 to year 2 that Robinson did a year ago. Mark Mitchell out and running, hangs. A little too strong, but draws the contact against Elliot Lowndes. That's his first foul.
Love the aggressiveness right there from Mark Mitchell.
One of 5 start tonight for Mizzou from the charity stripe. Make it 1 of 6. Sunday is the SEC Women's Soccer Tournament Championship match on the SEC Network and the all-new ESPN app. 5th seeded LSU squares off against 2nd seeded Vandy at 2:30 Eastern, 1:30 Central. Quite the tilt on the pitch down in Pensacola, Florida. There was some intensity at the end of shoot-around today for Mizzou. While the team was going through free throws, it was as intense and energized as Dennis Gates was that entire walkthrough by far. And it had to do with the lackadaisical nature that he felt like was going around shoot-around at Howard on Monday. They went out, they shot under 50% from the free throw line. And the putback jam. Landry blocker skies for the jam.
Right now, attention to detail from Missouri is lacking really on both ends of the floor, but particularly defensively. Right there, nobody boxing out there. That is a straight line offensive rebound dunk finish.
Jarrett, 1 of 7 from the line today.
Well, and, you know, Missouri last year, we talked about it a little bit ago. They're a team that wants to get to the free throw line with the way they play. They're an attacking team. Yeah, they want to shoot threes too, but they want to attack, get to the free throw line. And for Mark Mitchell and Sean Phillips, they're going to be at the line a lot. You've got to convert free throws. It's an empty possession if you can't knock free throws down.
And the Dobar thought about it. Tough bounce pass into the lane. Walker picked it up. Stacker driving, floating, gets it to go, and the foul. Chance to tie this up.
It's excellent ball movement from SEMO. Missouri doing a nice job there defensively in gaps, but SEMO really making quick decisions to move the ball. So right there, Anthony Robinson again. The first one with the left was fine. It's the right there. No need for that. That's an easy call. But I love the quick decision to attack right there. Could have been a call. He tries to slap with the left, but win with the right. This is too much reaching for Anthony Robinson. Saw too much of that last season. That's an easy call. Great attack, though, by Braxton Stacker to get to the paint. Great pace, great poise to finish.
He's so efficient, Stacker's got great footwork in the paint, too. The senior from Fairview Heights, Illinois. Last year averaged 9 points a game. Shot 41% from deep and 45% from the field. Well over 80% from the line, too. Very versatile guy who's ready to have a coming out party this year. The team at SEMO, that, as Brad Korn told us, we brought back 9 guys. We brought back number 3 through number 6 on the scouting report. And all 4 of those guys looking for expanded roles, trying to take this team to the next step.
With 6 seniors as well, so it's good they still have that older player feel on the roster.
Barrett got stuck, reversal no good. Hangs right with it though, the sophomore hits the deck, finds a teammate in Porter, who can't get the layup. Couple missed shots right on the welcome mat. And now SEMO has the ball and a chance to take their first lead.
And right now for Missouri, a lot of ISO ball in terms of standing and actions just on one side of the floor. Give SEMO credit, doing a nice job of active hands around the paint when the ball is exposed, making life a little difficult for Missouri around the rim. But right now, 5 minutes to go, there's a foul at the other end, and SEMO's in the bonus, a chance to take the lead.
Well, that was foul number 7 against the Tigers. Stacker hit his first free throw of the night. Got a chance to get into double figures if he gets the front end here. Team that shot 72% from the free throw line, that was second best in the Ohio Valley Conference last year. And they have the lead on the road in Como. It's the 10th meeting all time between these two teams. SEMO has never won. They are 0-23 all time against teams from the SEC. They did beat Arkansas, but it was 100 years ago, nearly to the day. It was that 1924-1925 campaign for the Redhawks. I'm sure you and I both remember that.
Oh, yeah, you look up and SEMO shooting 54% from the field, 40 from 3, and 86 from the line. When they were 35% from the field, 25 from 3, and 69 at SLU. So really right now, SEMO shooting the ball really well. They're getting good looks, playing with a ton of confidence. It's amazing what happens when the ball goes through the net a few times. It can be contagious. It feels like a lot of different players coming in for SEMO, making an impact for this 2-point lead.
And you ran through the impressive numbers. Keep in mind, they didn't score for over 5 minutes to begin the game.
The way this game started, it looked like Missouri was just going to own the paint, dominate the paint. Good to see a made free throw.
Yeah, make it 2 for 8. That felt like a load off the shoulders for the fans in attendance tonight.
There's been a lid on that thing. It's important to comfortable, confident, consistent when you get to the line. Got to take your time, go through your routine. That was a little rush right there from Sean Phillips in the first one.
The second, Almodovar gets the rebound, by the way. That ended a 7-0 run, and it ended a stretch of just over 3 minutes without a point for Mizzou.
There's Mizzou changing their defense again. 1-3-1 into a matchup zone. Using that length, that activity, and that size, trying to take away the ball creation and the dribble drive from SEMO.
The Dovar with that triple drive and gets the easy lefty bucket.
It's too easy. Jaden Stone's got to cut off the angle there. It's an easy drive. Low man wins.
Porter gets doubled and finds Phillips all alone with a two-handed flush.
It's an underrated area of Sean Phillips is he's really good without the ball moving to space and moving to the dunker spot, cutting down the lane, right there at the SEC logo, just waiting for the ball in open space and so quick to get off the floor and get to the rim to finish.
Dovar lost his footing. Real mismatch for him in the height department. Shot clock under 10 now. Stacker rises, and he has just been a bucket tonight.
A little late on the switch there, but Sean Phillips contested. That's a big-time shot.
He's got 14 points. How about the effort here? Guy's about to check in, helping B.J. Ward, who flies down to the hardwood, trying to keep that ball in play. Stacker's got 14.
Braxton Stacker shooting that ball well, is leading SEMO right here. Just a side ball screen. SEMO with a 4-point lead here, late first half.
Blistering start beyond the arc for the SEMO Redhawks.
Yeah, the Redhawks have done a really good job of skip passes and then sharing the basketball, making the extra pass. Really good screening as well has been on display from SEMO in this first half to open up teammates for shots. And the deep threes right here. SEMO doing a really good job of spacing Missouri off the dribble drive, but it's opening up the three-point shot because Missouri has not been able to maintain the ball. Missouri's had to change their defense a few times to zones. SEMO's doing a really good job of just picking apart that and seeing the reads.
Almost have matched their total of triples from Monday's loss at St. Louis. And Jared, if I told you that at the first half under 4 media timeout, SEMO would have the lead, especially given that they started the game down 12-0. I mean, what would you be thinking?
Well, and especially just going back to the SEMO game at SLU where they just did not shoot the ball well, and you're thinking Missouri shot the ball really well against Howard, and Missouri still had a fairly solid offensive half, but they've been careless defensively, and I think part of that is what SEMO has taken advantage of to get this lead in terms of finding the open spots, the open seams to drive the ball, and then the relocation and the movement. I think SEMO's just had better offense than Missouri in terms of the ball movement and the player movement.
After further review, the SEMO three-point attempt is actually a 2.
Quick and short edict there, and it's 40-37 and not 41 instead. So that 3 becomes a 2 out of the hands of Braxton Stacker. But either way, they have the lead. They forced the turnover, and they have the basketball. Made their last 4 shots. Mizzou is shooting 67% at home. In the game, they are a sizable favorite, and they are trailing somehow. Marquez Bell gets to his left. Great body control. Kisses it in off the window.
Great play right there to just attack the gap. Missouri, much better help side rotation. Great communication, but that's a great drive and attack and finish. Tough bucket.
Mizzou looking for an answer. Off the foot of Porter. Got the mismatch here against the 6-foot B.J. Ward. Skips it across. And canning the triple. That's what they needed. Luke Northweather, the Oklahoma transfer.
Northweather can really shoot the ball, but a great find by Javon Porter. Javon Porter's made some great passes in this first half. That's an excellent skip pass to find the shooter.
Career high 23 minutes on Monday for Northweather, the junior who was originally recruited out of high school in Missouri by Dennis Gates. Marquez Bell in traffic. How about it on the right side?
Just attacking Mark Mitchell, just giving him a taste of his own medicine. That's a Mark Mitchell type move. Mark Mitchell off balance there, and big time bucket.
Marquez Bell is 6'3", but in amongst the trees. Mitchell, he got to his left. It's tapped around, back out. Stone with the 3.
Sharing the basketball. Mayweather with a great offensive rebound and then kicks to Stone, who's spotting up. It's the best time to shoot a 3 off an offensive rebound. If you kick it out, it's a wide open 3. Jaden Stone shooting now 2 for 3 from 3, 10 points.
Back with B.J. Ward. Gets to the free throw line. Kind of lost that out to the corner. Bell's been the catalyst for a lot of offense. Left that one well short. Blocker keeps it alive, though. Watch out on the Mizzou bench.
Great effort there by Stone to trying to get that 50-50 ball, but right there, Missouri's got to come up with a defensive rebound right there on the missed shot.
Marquez Bell, he's been doing it all. Left side, right side, hasn't mattered, and then you said it. On the offensive rebound, pops back out, 5th offensive board, and Stone already at a double figures off the bench.
It's an unselfish play by Northweather on that offensive rebound. It would have been so easy for him to go up and just try to shoot that layup, but Stone's wide open, and he knows he's got a shooter right there.
Stacker off the shimmy shake, back up by 3. And wow, from bad to worse for Mizzou.
There's no reason
mental
for that.
Mistakes.
Yeah, no reason for that. Right in front of an official as well.
Feels like all the 50-50 balls and all the high-energy plays have been won by SEMO of late.
And Coach Gates must have talked that one over with him as well.
So it's another dead ball tech. The 3rd of the game, the 2nd against Mizzou.
For Missouri, you're going to have more poise in this tonight. It's the 2nd time this team has had a mental error in the first half. And it plays right into SEMO's hands. That's what SEMO wants to do when they're on the road in this building, is try to create these opportunities.
Porter's got 3 fouls. Phillips has 2. And Stacker connects on the free throw. He's already got 16 points and 12 on Monday. Hits them both. And that's been a difference too. They are now 8 of 9 to Mizzou's 3 of 10. The free throw disparity.
And they get possession with the ball. And if you look, SEMO's bench during those free throws, they're all standing. They're energized. They believe now. They got a lead late first half. Shooting the ball well, finding their offense. Defensively, they've given Missouri some troubles of late. They're right in this ball game with a lead.
This has turned into a 4-point possession, and they have a chance for more. Stacker the bucket, then 2 free throws. Wayward pass here, but kept alive. DJ Ward dancing on Mark Mitchell. Skip pass, Stacker again. Finally misses. Outlet pass, Cruz. And Mizzou with another triple, their 5th of the night.
That's all day. Jacob Cruz can really shoot that thing in transition, but it's a great find by Anthony Robinson. Defensive rebound, push pace, eyes up, and see your shooter running the lane wide open.
And a miscommunication. Backdoor cut, but B.J. Ward threw it behind. SEMO up 2, but maybe Jacob Cruz is the spark that Mizzou needs. That was his first involvement. First shot of the night. Hits the 3. Another guy like Jaden Stone who could be huge in terms of just the 3-point shooting ability off the bench.
Absolutely. Well, Missouri needs to continue to shoot the ball from 3. They want to attack in this game, get to the free throw line, get points in the paint. They're a good 3-point shooting team. They have shooters that can knock it down, especially in transition. That's where Jacob Cruz is lethal. He's got great range. But it's the find by Anthony Robinson to know where his shooter is at running the floor. Jacob Cruz, great footwork to get his feet underneath him. And a wide open spot up. SEMO's got to find Jacob Cruz in transition.
He was 3rd on the team and made 3s a year ago, but had a really sluggish start in that department the first couple of months, and then he shot just under 40% from distance over his last 14 appearances. Used to play in the OVC a couple of years ago with UT Martin and the Skyhawks. He's got a smooth stroke.
Another thing you got to look at with Jacob Cruz, too, he's added weight to his frame. That's something that's going to bode well in the SEC. That's something he talked about this offseason, was just last year life in the SEC. He felt like he wasn't strong enough. He needed to add more weight. He did that. I think that'll bode well for him this year. But this is a player that can really shoot the ball. Helped Missouri a lot last year when they needed him. Obviously, Caleb Grill gone. This is a 3-point shooter, had 600 points, 250 rebounds, and 85 made threes. Dennis Gates has challenged him to make over 100 this year. That's a big challenge for Jacob Cruz this season.
Yeah, Tamar Bates and Caleb Grill combined made 130 of the team's 296 threes. Cruz thought he got fouled on that one, but it's kept alive by Mitchell. Yeah, Robinson kicks it out. Pump fake. Northweather just a little short. Stone got a touch, but Stacker brings it down.
It's a good extra pass, though. Missouri sharing the ball a little bit more. Something they weren't doing a lot of through the midpoint of the first half. Getting some easier looks for themselves.
And here we are, a point where SEMO can hold for the final shot. Shot clock's gone dark. B.J. Ward, the catalyst for this team, the junior from Chaminade High School in St. Louis. And a great find Landron's blocker left alone. He's not much of a shooter, but it's been that kind of night for the Redhawks. That does not go. Would have been good if it went for Robinson, but SEMO up 5, 51 points. They didn't score in the first 5 minutes, but here we are. They have the advantage at Mizzou Arena.
Missouri doing a great job to get back in this game, but SEMO doing an excellent job of attacking, scoring the ball from 3, doing a great job of sharing the basketball, the skip passes, and right now SEMO with a 5-point lead in Como.
Leading the way. He's got 17 for Mizzou. It's Stone and Mitchell who both have 10 apiece. Javon Porter's already got 3 fouls, and Mizzou has work to do here in the final 20.
Yeah, you know, you look at Missouri's box score, they've had an efficient first half. I mean, they were good around the rim. They finished well. They did get to the free throw. That's where they struggle, is missing the free throws. 46 points in the first half is really good. The 9 turnovers killed them. They got to get back to sharing the basketball. 11 assists. You want to see that number jump. They got to share it better. Not as much ISO, try to beat the defense with the pass. But SEMO, give them so much credit for how they played in that first half, especially weathering the 12-0 deficit, getting back into the flow of their offense, making shots. They were so good in the first half.
Down 12 to up 5 at the half. Mizzou was 10 of 21 from the free throw line on Monday. Dennis Gates told us that that's an outlying performance. They are much more of the team that went 76% and went 26 of 34 in the exhibition versus Kansas State, but a one-and-done start for Mizzou offensively.
So that's a perfect example. Yeah, I understand trying to establish Sean Phillips, and that's great, but there's no cutting and movement. All 4 white jerseys are out around the three-point line just watching. You'd like to see Missouri cut and move off of Sean Phillips in that situation.
Terry got stuck. Right to Terry, only 1 field goal attempt in that first half. And Stacker draws the foul. I mean, here we are. SEMO's up 5. Ward, their starting point guard all of last year, will be that this year too. He's going to be doing a bulk of the scoring. He's got 2 points. It was their first 2 of the night. And then you have Brendan Terry, who was their lone all-OVC player that came back from a year ago. He also only has 2.
Yeah, it's wild to think that Brendan Terry, B.J. Ward with 4 points combined between the 2 of them, but this kid at the free throw line right here, Braxton Stacker, he's done so well in terms of finding that balance of reading the defense. He's got a great first step. He's done a nice job of getting to the rim. We've seen him at the free throw line. He can really shoot the ball, playing with a ton of aggressiveness on the offensive end, really in attack mode, playing with a swagger here tonight.
Give him 19, and he is a perfect 7 of 7 from the free throw line.
Missouri's got to find a way to cut his water off and make things difficult. I don't know if it's doubles or blitzes or what, but he is comfortable on that offensive end.
There's an uneasiness in this crowd right now. Down by 7 in the home opener. First of 7 straight at Mizzou Arena. And Robinson off the feed from Mitchell off the mark. Line to the left, tracked down by Troy Cole Jr. SEMO off and running. Not afraid of the pace. And Robinson with a reach-in foul. Cole hit the deck hard. Pops right back up though.
And right there for Missouri, nobody stops the ball. That is a straight line drive all the way down the paint to the rim. And right there, Anthony Robinson's got to cut that ball off, and instead he reaches. It's an easy foul. Anthony Robinson is too good of a player right there. He's got to slide his feet and beat the ball handler to the spot to take away dribble penetration. He can't reach there.
Right now, 11 of 12 for the game right now.
Yeah, right now, just again, I go back to the attention to detail, just little things that have really impacted the game, and SEMO's taken full advantage of it as well. SEMO's really bought in, getting help from their bench, great bench production. They've been in attack mode and aggressive as well, but really have exploited Missouri defensively and just maintaining dribble penetration.
First 2 points of the game.
Class, today we're talking NCAA championships and life lessons. School.
Start for the Redhawks. Now average just under 6 points a game. Pocketed Mitchell for his second. Mizzou still eyeing their first points of the half. Mitchell gets to his spot on the low block though.
Missouri right there again, one-on-one. They're going to go to Mark Mitchell. That's a great move. And Mark Mitchell just overpowers with his talent and size. And that's what Missouri's going to try to do, but that's something that SEMO will take as well. Missouri just doing a nice job of executing right there, and Mark getting to that strong left hand.
We thought we'd see more of that tonight. Ant Robinson gets his hand in the passing lane. 3-on-2. Crafty move from Ant Robinson. He thought it was an and one.
You called
Great
it.
Footwork in transition.
Yeah, you called it the craftiness. As a great change of pace, just slowing himself down. Almost like he's in slow motion, and then the soft kiss off the glass to avoid the block shot. Look at these active hands, too, from Anthony Robinson.
He's getting energized, and he's lighting a fire under this crowd. Does Terry have the answer? Kicks it back out. Three ball, no good. And Tovar's there. Rare second chance look for SEMO, and they cash in. Alvin Tovar's got 15.
It's an offensive rebound from SEMO and a second chance opportunity, and they take full advantage.
Mitchell right back to work in the lane. We thought this night would look a lot more like what we've seen the last couple possessions from Mark Mitchell.
Absolutely. And again, Mark Mitchell, that was tough with the right hand. I mean, he is ambidextrous in terms of his ability, both directions off the bounce. Great footwork, but again, the poise and the pace right there, just to slow himself down. It's a tough shot. Great touch. But again, for Missouri, they've got to get the defensive rebound there, and SEMO does a great job of making him pay. Missouri just trying to continue to keep pace here as we start the second half.
Mark Mitchell shot 67% from the free throw line last year, 212 attempts. He is 0 for 5 tonight.
And Missouri, I believe, 3 of 11 from the line. So we have 8 points out there and find themselves down 6.
That's been the difference, you could well say. Tovar on the blow by and swatted at the apex. Sean Phillips Jr.
My goodness. Well above the square as well for that block. Big time block from Sean Phillips. My goodness.
Shot clock at 5. Wow.
First off, I love the play by SEMO. Their actions were big time. Sean Phillips, though, that is what he can do and bring Missouri defensively, is the rim protection.
Terry walks into a 3 and hits the backboard. Cruz was a spark when he came in and hit the 3 off the bench. Mitchell spinning, probing, turning, getting to the right hand again. Mitchell at will right now.
All day. And right now, SEMO is going to have to probably make the adjustment because Mark Mitchell's just all day right in the slot where he loves the ball, one-on-one, takes his time, and then the offhand again for the finish.
Great drive and kick. Mizzou gets his stop. Robinson gets tripped up. Brendan Terry with the infraction. Mizzou's got some juice. They've got some life in the legs all of a sudden.
And it starts on the defensive end. They've done a great job right there of just getting to those 50-50 balls. Balls bounce around. The defensive intensity has picked up. Mark Mitchell, the one-on-one, sees the defender, spin, couple spins, stay on balance with your pivot, low man wins, and then the off-right hand. Mark Mitchell can be a low downhill when defenders go one-on-one in isolation. He's got great counters with his dribble penetration skills. He can get to the rim at any time when he goes to the left hand, but that ability to spin and get to your right is so difficult to guard.
Sebastian Mack all the way to the cup, and he's denied. Mitchell on the putback, and he's right back to a place he struggled from tonight. He's had a whale of a game, 16 points, 8 of 10 from the field, but still 0 from the line. So maybe that's a good foul if you're SEMO.
Yeah, I love the play, too, from Dennis Gates on the sideline out of bounds there. Just a misdirection, fake DHO to get Sebastian Mack getting to the rim and getting downhill. And love Mark Mitchell's activity. It's great to see, if you're a Mizzou fan, is him having this night. If only he can convert these free throws.
He was 3rd in the SEC in free throw attempts. And this is the story, I'd say.
Absolutely.
3 of 12. I mean, comparatively, they're shooting 56% from deep today. And finally,
free throws is so much about, yes, confidence, but so much of it is concentration, just being in your rhythm. You know, you have free throw routine, go through your routine, slow yourself down, really focus on your fundamentals with your shot. Right now, it just seems like it's in a few of Missouri's players' head.
DJ Ward doing it all himself. Left alone at the free throw line. Off the heel, a chance for Cruz to get out and run. Sebastian Mack Draws the foul on Stacker. That was just a complete defensive miscommunication, but B.J. Ward couldn't finish the wide open look. SEMO still has the lead under 6 media timeout. 17 points in this game. He's already got 7 in just over 4 minutes in the second half.
Yeah, Missouri's doing a nice job of spacing the floor for him to operate, but this is first half. Great footwork and just opposite hand, opposite foot. He's going to be so much better in space with Sean Phillips on the floor because he can operate in multiple areas and multiple spots of the floor instead of just the block. He loves to play in the face-up, but here just great poise, great pivots. Again, the finishing with the right hand, doing a great job of attacking and also getting to the free throw line, even though he's just 1 for 7 from the line.
Missouri down by 3 after the under 16 media timeout. Here's what he did last year versus tonight. Guy is looking to be the go-to scorer for this Missouri team that went 22 and 12 a year ago.
Yeah, 8 of 10 from the field, and also 4 fouls drawn, meaning he's a tough cover, especially in one-on-one isolation. But even when Mark Mitchell puts the ball on the floor and he's going right or going left and the help side defender comes, he's so good at recognizing that and spinning off of that. He's going to see some doubles this season. And he showed last year he can be a good passer as well. But just the fact that he doesn't have to be the offensive 5, and there's a man on the floor named Sean Phillips who can go finish and score the ball as well from the dunker. Mark's a really good passer. I expect Sean Phillips to get a lot of easy ones as well off of Mark Mitchell. That's the engine right there, 25, when he gets the ball. A lot of good things can happen offensively.
Mitchell, what a feed. Mack on the back door.
Another beautiful baseline out of bounds. Right there, out of a timeout. A little ATO action from Dennis Gates. Get a little back slip for Sebastian Mack. Great read, great actions from Missouri there out of the timeout.
In an ATO clinic tonight from Dennis Gates.
Absolutely.
Mack up to 10 points. It's felt kind of quiet. He's only been out there 13 minutes so far. The former UCLA Bruin. The intensity that's ratcheted up from Anthony Robinson has led to a lot of positivity for Mizzou. And this is a call that'll go in their favor. Ant Robinson just getting his hands all over the place.
He's been so good, moving with his feet, not working with his hands. But here, again, the right hand, the talent level of Mark Mitchell being able to use both hands. He is so comfortable. That's a one-handed whip pass on a dime on a pocket pass. That's beautiful.
That's with the offhand, too.
Absolutely. Beautiful vision from Mark Mitchell. Great cut and a timed-up cut right there from Sebastian Mack.
Mack isolated one-on-one. Goes right at B.J. Ward. Couldn't give the Tigers back the lead, though. It's been a little stagnant from SEMO on this side. 7-0 run for Mizzou. They pulled within 1. Who does SEMO go? Looking for an answer. Now Almodovar, step back, fade away.
It's an excellent block out by Anthony Robinson. Something we really didn't see much of in the first half is just hard physical blockouts. Anthony Robinson setting the tone for Missouri. This run starts on the defensive end, and it starts with him.
It's a good cut from the opposite corner from Cruz. But another turnover, 10th of the day for Mizzou. Redhawks trying to end this drought, and it's Ward for 3, but it swirls around it out. Dada, the 7-footer, kept it alive, and that's not close. Chance to get out and run, though. Cruz, the look ahead. Mitchell gets his man in the air, and Mizzou takes the lead back. Great moment in transition for Mizzou. Cruz to Mitchell. Dennis Gates has to be energized, and quite frankly, fans finally having some moments to cheer for, and it's all started with Anthony Robinson defensively.
Yeah, he's done a great job of moving his feet, sliding. He did have the foul where he's reaching to at the beginning of the second half that got SEMO a three-point play. Outside of that, he has set the tone with his on-ball pressure. That's where he's so good. His length, his activity with his hands. It's not reach and just be reactive. He's such an instinctual player. Just play to that and not try to reach and gamble. He's done a really good job of just being solid. And then when the shot goes up, he's boxing out. He's a point guard getting in the mix, boxing out, even though he's not getting the rebound. It's those little effort plays that Missouri has really struggled with for much of this game. And that attention to detail started to pick up, and the energy level and the fire is starting to come back for Missouri on the defensive side of the ball, forcing SEMO into some tough shots.
And they looked a little disjointed for a stretch there and a little lifeless, but now they've caught fire, and we're seeing them have the advantage with Mark Mitchell in the post, and finally Mizzou, like they're accustomed to doing. I mean, this is a team that was 9th in the country in points per game, getting out and running, too.
Absolutely. They've taken care of the ball outside of the one turnover, where there's a little bit of a forced deflection turnover. They've taken care of the ball and made good passes. They've shared it a little bit better. And make no mistake, they're still trying to space the floor and attack mismatches because of the size, because of the speed that's on the floor. Mark Mitchell's really done a great job tonight of just being patient and reading the defense and playing off of his defenders and the help, and really doing a great job of staying on balance and finishing, showing his skill set in his arsenal. And yes, the passing with both hands, the right hand whip pass on the ATO to Sebastian Mack. He's really done a nice job on the offensive side of the ball. A little full court pressure here from Missouri.
Sonia has entered the game, the grad student from London, England, the Stetson transfer. His first appearance with SEMO. Another turnover.
On cue. Those hands.
Activity defensively is really picked up for Mizzou. Mack going right at the 7-footer off the window.
That's his go-to move, and what Sebastian does is right there, he attacks right, and then he leans into the defender. It's such a quick move, but does a great job of creating that leverage off his pivot. Does a nice job of just shooting off that right foot into the defender. Great body control and finish.
Marquez Bell might have walked there. Gets doubled, and it's stripped away. Anthony Robinson has been a catalyst. 3-ball on the way, and rounded out. This place would have got crazy. Would have extended the run to 14-0.
That was a quick shot. A contested 3, too, from Jacob Cruz, but good find by Anthony Robinson again in transition. They want Jacob to shoot that ball.
Stacker got fouled. Little hip check from Jacob Cruz.
Right here, you're going to see Sebastian Mack with a really good finish. Get in transition. It's right here, right as he jumps off that right foot. The power go off 2 feet into the defender. Does a really good job. The defender doesn't know if he's going to step back into a jump shot there, but right there, it's tough to gather yourself as a defender when you're off balance. And there's that space there, and Sebastian Mack closes that space by taking the physicality to the defender and going through the defender. Instead of shying away from the rim, he attacks the rim. Always bodes well for the offensive player.
Mack averaged over 12 points a game as a true freshman in Westwood. 9.5 points per contest a year ago. Cole has it go off his foot. The turnover is starting to pile up.
And SEMO's just not getting the looks that maybe they got earlier in the second half and in the first half. I still like the actions they're running. There's a lot of movement. Missouri's help side defense has definitely picked up. Their connection, their communication has picked up here over the last 5 to 7 minutes.
Robinson, the crossover, penetrates. Tackle slow things down. Porter's out there with 3 fouls. Porter gets it right back, trying to spin. Powering it up and through. Brendan Terry, who thought he got the jump ball. But it's a trip instead to the free throw line for Javon Porter, the transfer from Loyola Marymount.
Now, Javon Porter is someone that Dennis Gates is excited about, someone they identified in the transfer portal. Obviously, Javon from Columbia, Missouri, has the ties to Mizzou. But Javon Porter is a player that can come in, make threes, rebound the basketball. Obviously, he's got great size, and he's comfortable also without the basketball.
Every Saturday, Marnie and McGee at SEC Nation gets you ready for football with SEC game previews and the latest news from around the conference. Tomorrow they'll be at the Junction outside Davis-Wade Stadium in Mississippi State, starting at 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central. Both shows are on the SEC Network and the all-new ESPN app. Dynamic, versatile player, Javon Porter, an NBA-style wingman at 6'11" with tremendous size. Last year, he was one of 11 players in the nation with 350 points, 200 rebounds, 43s, and 35 blocks at LMU. They swing it around into the corner. A rough, very cold stretch for SEMO over their last 8 now. Mizzou back up by 4. Their biggest lead has been 12. It was right out of the gate in the first 5 minutes, 12-0. And SEMO led by 5 at half. Robinson driving left, spinning, hanging. Cannot finish. It's been an unkind rim at times
It's a vintage Anthony Robinson move. But you talk about the second half, Missouri getting back the lead. It's really been Anthony Robinson, Mark Mitchell, two of Missouri's best players. You want your best players to look up and say, okay, it's time for us to make an impact. Those two guys have really brought it on both ends of the floor.
And Terry with the left hand high off the glass. It's funny because on the other side, B.J. Ward and Brendan Terry, the two best players on paper for SEMO, haven't been too active.
Yeah, Brendan Terry, a unique player. They play him as a 5, but he's got perimeter skills, high IQ player. He can pass. But right there, just good to use that angle and really good in space as well. Going to be a good player for SEMO this year.
Back to a wide open Stone in rhythm. Tip back out. Robinson gets the next touch to it, but he is whistled for the foul. 50-50 ball. And with the boos pouring down, we will go to another media timeout. Mizzou back in front. Here at Mizzou Arena for a Tigers team that is playing the first of 7 straight in front of the home crowd. Actually only leave this Show Me State once before this year comes to an end. They travel to South Bend in December. So the Tigers up by 2. The difference, like we talked about, Anthony Robinson is second. He's got 3 steals now.
So Missouri had to pick up their defensive effort and intensity, and Anthony Robinson set the tone. It really, his all-ball pressure has been excellent, but it's those quick hands and the instincts. When he's not reaching or slapping, and he's playing more to his instincts, he's so good. His ball skills are fantastic. He's got quick hands. Those deflections matter, and he's had so many deflections in this second half. And 3 steals tonight to go with 4 rebounds. I think he's done a really good job of shielding out, boxing out guys. Even though he's not coming up with the rebound, that sets the tone. When a big sees a guard blocking out and getting into the legs of someone, that rubs off on everybody. Look, Anthony Robinson's going to box out. Why don't we all box out? And that's really helped Missouri get back in front because it's had to start on the defensive end. Offensively, they'll figure it out. They're going to score. They got to get stops, and Anthony Robinson took the charge. That's what leaders do. That's what captains do.
They haven't struggled offensively really all night. They've been shooting well above 50%. But it's those high-energy plays that have gotten the team and the crowd back into it. Turnovers turning to layups in transition. The lead is just 2, but they were down by 5 just 9 minutes ago.
This is important too. Dennis Gates is putting T.O. Barrett on the floor. Now, T.O. Barrett can guard as well. He brings that IQ, that toughness, that intensity. Anthony's off the floor, so now T.O.'s in the game. This unit now needs to continue to set the tone. Missouri bringing some full court pressure in the trap.
Biggest lead for SEMO tonight has been 9. Dovar driving on the much taller Northweather.
It's a great stunt by Jaden Stone.
Trying to cut through and has it denied. Luke Northweather, the junior from Jefferson City, Missouri.
Luke Northweather getting an opportunity. Obviously the transfer from Oklahoma, but he's more comfortable. It's a great system for Northweather to be in because of his size and shooting, but a very underrated athlete, very smart player. Really good defense there to get back into play and block the shot with great timing.
Hangs in the air with that length. Almodovar has been swatted a couple of times, quite loudly in the second half, but he is always a willing driver. Fearless, the lefty. And that's a deep one and a forced shot.
Might be the best defensive possession Missouri's had tonight. That was fantastic. There was nothing there for SEMO. Missouri was airtight in gaps. Great communication. Can't turn the ball over.
Barrett throws it away. That's a really tough angle to feed into the post towards Phillips.
All right there, T.O. just getting a little excited. One extra dribble improves that angle. He's trying to force there a little bit. One shot fake or one dribble just improves that angle so much. Fake one, throw one, and you got a wide open dunk from Sean Phillips. Just rushed it.
Leash has been short at times. T.O. Barrett out. Anthony Robinson back in. T.O. Barrett had a career game on Monday. A guy who's trying to go on a similar type of trajectory to what we saw from Ant Robb a year ago. He was a sophomore. Blocker drives through the lane. He is thrown down by Phillips. And picks up another foul. That'll be his 3rd.
You can expect a lot of those as well. Anyone that's driving through the paint got a free path to the lane. Sean Phillips is going to be there. We saw that emphatic block earlier. He wants that. He wants that challenge at the rim. That's what he's used to. That's his game. He's not going to give you anything easy at the rim. That really sets the tone when you have an anchor like that on the defensive side of the ball.
3 players with 3 fouls for Missouri right now. First free throw, no good. It's Cruz, Porter, and Phillips. Oh, and Robinson as well. Excuse me, there's 4. For SEMO, it's only 1 player in foul trouble, but it is Brendan Terry, all-OVC player from a year ago, and he does have 4 in just 11 minutes. And on paper, a 6'7" guy playing the 5 position tonight was always going to have a difficult challenge ahead of him down low.
Yeah. Brendan Terry hasn't missed a start. You look at his ability to be a versatile player, very skilled. It's a tough matchup for him to be knowing he's got to play up with his size, playing the 4 and 5.
Good rotation defensively for SEMO this time out. Phillips gets to the left-handed hook shot, cashes it in.
That's something he's really improved on. It's something that's going to be great for Mizzou fans to see, is throw the ball inside to a big, and he doesn't just have to dunk the ball. He's got great touch as well, and that's the left hand. Great patience there, soft left-hand touch.
Ward, that's a nice big moment for him. Just his 2nd bucket. Remember, he got their first 2 points of the night when they were down 12.
He's going to have to get going. That was a big shot, contested shot.
That started a little too early.
And again, for Missouri, when their offense is going well, I know they want to use mismatches and really try to isolate, but there still needs to be that movement as well with that off the ball. Instead of throwing the ball inside and stand and look, there's going to have to be some movement and cutting to help a player like Sean Phillips so he can find some angles. The previous play, he had space because there was a post entry feed and a cut that helps your big man when you cut off of it.
With Terry having those 4 fouls and on the bench right now, do you expect more down the stretch here offensively for B.J. Ward?
I do, and I think SEMO just got to continue to move the ball. Their ball movement has been great. Missouri's defense has just picked up why we are in this place now where Missouri's got a lead. That's a tough call right there on a 50-50 ball.
Troy Cole Jr. came skying in out of nowhere and plucked that out of the air.
Well, a lot of forced shots right now. See right there, that's a tough shot. And SEMO, again, staying aggressive, and they're right in this game. But there's been a lot more difficult shots so far over the last, I'd say, 7 to 10 minutes where Missouri's defense has been pretty good.
Northweather to the free throw line. He was 19 of 25 in 2 years down in Norman.
Let's be very clear. It's a 1-point game with 8 minutes to go. This game will be dictated by made free throws. Both teams.
His first free throw attempt as a Missouri Tiger. It goes in.
Such a great get in the portal as well. And obviously, there's the homecoming with Northweather, but you know the size. He has SEC experience. That goes a long way. He can really shoot the ball. And right here, it helps when you have a big man go to the free throw stripe and knock him down. Also versatile as well with that size. He can switch out. Missouri's comfortable. Dennis is going to trust him to get out, switch, and guard in different actions.
Dovar driving down the baseline. Getting it done with the offhand.
That's tough. And again, taking the attack to Mark Mitchell. Mark Mitchell not wanting to foul there and goes right through his chest for the finish.
Stacker got his hand in the passing lane. Robinson comes away with it. Extra pass from Northweather. Back off the mark. Chance to regain the lead in transition. Almodovar. He's up to 21 points on his 5th triple.
Missouri right there, defensive transition, not good enough, but a tough shot right there.
I think 20 points. SEMO up by a deuce. Mitchell ties things up, and a chance to put the Tigers right back in front.
That's tough. That's through contact. That's over length. SEMO's trying to throw some length at Mark Mitchell. Good defense, but Mark Mitchell just with a tough finish and using that body control and physicality, going to that off right hand and not getting pushed around, going through the contact for the and one.
1 of 7 from the line tonight, though.
You look at that, 10 for 12 from the field, though, as well. So he's getting the job done. Just got to convert those free throws.
He could be having an incredible night. He does have 23 points, though, to go with 5 rebounds. These teams exchanging body blows. Under 8 to play. Braxton Stacker, back-to-back triples for the Redhawks. Stacker now over 20.
Rough defense there by Missouri off the switch. SEMO buries the 3. And with under 8 to play, SEMO's got themselves a 2-point lead in Como.
minutes to play here, and it's been Luke Almodovar and Braxton Stacker. They've hit back-to-back threes. They're both over 20 points now tonight on the road in a tough atmosphere.
Yeah, and some of these shots they've made have been tough shots. Almodovar, too, with the driving and the finishing at the rim is showing his athleticism and his verticality. And then Braxton Stacker just been so impressed with just his ability to get to the line, his ability to play in the mid-range. He's made threes, he's come off actions, and he's been able to create his own shot off the bounce as well. So these two guys done a terrific job, especially when we've talked on Brendan Terry and B.J. Ward, 4 apiece. 8 combined, but 40 combined from Luke Almodovar and Braxton Stacker. So that's pretty impressive from SEMO. In terms of why, they're at 71 points right now. They've shot it well at the free throw line, and they've also doubled up Missouri in 3-point attempts. So they have valued the 3-point shot and gotten a lot of good looks tonight.
You knew if they were going to have a chance, the ancillary pieces would have to play at their best and their highest level. That's been the case. Maybe they haven't gotten their best from the likes of Brendan Terry or B.J. Ward, but these two right here have put on a show.
You could argue right now, this is a win for SEMO regardless. I mean, this is something Coach Korn touched on when we talked to him this week about your building in their league. They want to win the OVC. That's their goal, number one. These games are so important for them to get that experience. Right here, you got a 2-point lead, under 8 media in an SEC building. That's pretty impressive stuff from SEMO, especially the response after their night at SLU a couple nights ago.
What's the mindset right now for Mizzou?
I think it's run actions. Yeah, get the ball to Mark Mitchell, but keep running sets and keep moving, and it's still going to come back to the defensive side of the ball and making free throws as well.
Robinson fakes left, drives right, gets all the way into the 10, but he blew the layup. It will stay here, though. The shot clock resets to 20.
Yeah, Anthony Robinson is going to want that one back. That's about as easy of a look as he's going to get tonight.
He just floats through the air.
He really does. His burst and first step is really impressive, especially when he makes a quick decision.
Cole stepped on the line, though. You know, the inbounds passes underneath SEMO's hoops have pretty much almost all led directly to buckets or fouls for Mizzou. That was almost a careless turnover.
Yeah, and again, instead of the post up trying to throw the ball in, and that's a tough pass, you got to start moving and cutting and screening and making life easier for yourself.
It's grown quiet again here in Como.
Got a great crowd in Como tonight, too. Mizzou fans have come out.
This place is packed. Javon Porter, and he stepped on the line. There's been some mental lapses for the Tigers tonight.
Absolutely, yeah. 13 turnovers. Missouri's done a much better job in the second half taking care of the ball. It's an unforced trick. I know where you are on the floor.
Look at 13 now. SEMO up by 2 and a chance to add to it. B.J. Ward. Coming off the screen, it's Stacker. Draws in a bunch of white jerseys. Ward now off the dribble. Off the hill, Itado, who's got 4 fouls, hitting the offensive glass. Tough giveaway from Stacker. Porter had the turnover on one side, gets the steal on the other. It leads to an open Stone triple. Mizzou back in front. We hadn't heard from Jaden Stone in a while.
Good to see him get going. Missouri hasn't had a 3 in a while as well. That's in transition. It's contested. Stone just rises up and knocks it down. It's a huge shot from Mizzou.
Cole short on the answer, follows his shot. Scrap for it on the ground. Stacker calling timeout. He's got it between his legs.
Right there, Missouri. The 2 white jerseys, the guards, are in rebounding as the bigs watch. That can't happen. But right here, Javon Porter gets the steal. Again, off an offensive rebound that SEMO gets, but pushing the pace. Mark Mitchell looking ahead, spining a shooter. And Stone just rises up and knocks it down. Big shot for him to get him going. Had a good start to this game in the first half, been relatively quiet. That's a big shot, though, giving Mizzou the lead.
Jump ball keeps it here. Almodovar on the crossover, and that's nowhere close.
I like the move, though. I like the move. I think that's what his teammates are saying. He created space. That's a good move for him with his quickness, but just off the mark on his shot.
He's never going to shy away.
Nope.
Been rejected twice in the second half. He's got the air ball there, but he's got 20 points.
It's been the hot hand for sure.
Made 4 threes. And a strong driver, too. Robinson hesitation. Kicks it out to Stone. Can't hit this one, but foul on the rebound attempt. Jacob Cruz doing the dirty work.
That's the effort you want to see. Basketball sometimes is a game of little things. I just touched on the defensive rebounding where too many white jerseys are standing and watching. There's no contact being made. Right there, shot goes up, and Jacob Cruz is fighting and competing for a ball. He doesn't get it, but there's a foul called. And then all of a sudden, he's going to the free throw line. These little effort plays when the shot goes up matter, especially when we were talking about Anthony Robinson setting the tone. Sometimes he's not getting a rebound, but he's boxing out, not letting his man get the ball and letting a teammate get the ball. Those little effort plays have to happen. And Missouri just hasn't had much of that throughout the game on a consistent basis.
First free throw attempts of the season for Jacob Cruz, the grad student from Hilliard, Florida. Chance to extend this out to 3. So Idada hit the bench. He's got 4 fouls. He's replaced by Brendan Terry, who also has 4. Terry's only played 11 minutes tonight.
Critical possession right here. Missouri with the 3-point lead. We're under 6. Now it starts to become execution and late game, taking care of business on both ends of the floor, making sure you're not making mental mistakes.
Gotta prioritize, taking care of the basketball and getting good looks. We're into crunch time now. They go to Terry. And a block from Stone right in front of the student section.
Great effort by Stone to get back in the play. Leaking out a little bit, but able to get back and block the shot. Once again, shot goes up. Missouri's got to come up with a rebound. They've given up too many offensive rebounds of late. And the left hand, too. Not the right, the left, to come from that side and go with the proper hand to get the left in there so you don't foul.
Stacker off the glass, and SEMO back within 1.
Tough shot. Tough shot using the window.
When they've needed points, Stacker has been clutch. That was after a few really wayward looks. Heard from Mark Mitchell in a bit. Career high now for Stacker with 24 and a turnover.
Missouri's had too many turnovers just on basic post feeds. Theo Barrett throwing the ball around right there. Just rushing the pass, not throwing it to the right hand.
Gives it right back. It's the big man, Phillips. In transition, Mitchell stripped. Who's it off of? And it's going to go the other way.
It's a bang call right there. A lot of contact.
They're showing it on the big board here. We see it now. It pinballs around. Oh, that's tough. And Ward's right hand catch it at the end.
Like B.J. Ward hits it, and they're going to review it. It's the right decision.
Critical call. Mizzou up by 1. The call on the floor was off on Mitchell. It would be SEMO basketball. It would also be 3 straight possessions with turnovers between these two teams. It's gotten a little sloppy.
Yeah, this is why you have review, right? I mean, this is a bang call. Baseline official didn't see it.
The previous out-of-bounds play is under review.
As it stands, that would be Missouri's 16th turnover. That would match their total from the matchup at Howard on Monday. So Dennis Gates challenging the out-of-bounds call. Less than 5 to go. This is a crucial juncture.
Active night from the officials as well at the review booth. But right here, the ball's off Mark Mitchell there. Looks like the ball's going. B.J. Ward definitely hits the ball. The question is does it hit Mark Mitchell, the arm of Mark Mitchell on the way down?
I mean, this hits just about everything on the way through. Mitchell gets the touch there, and then it's off the fingertips,
I think,
of Ward. I think this is going to be Missouri basketball. It's always going to be that left hand.
After further review, the call on the floor has been confirmed. Red ball.
Well, call confirmed. So no challenges left. They lose the timeout.
That's tough. I think it's still the right decision from Coach Gates to challenge that. That was a tough call. There is obviously plenty of time left, but you'd think when they challenge that, they're thinking they're going to get that.
Certainly looked like a touch off the left hand of Ward. Yep. And that hit a lot on the way out. So I get why the nearest official didn't have a clean shot at it the first time.
And here we are under 5 minutes, 1-point game. So they're bringing pressure. This game's going to come down to that defensive side of the ball, rebounding the basketball, taking care of the basketball, not turning it over, making free throws.
Braxton Stacker, he's been the go-to man, doing it all himself. Mid-range jumper, that's got to be a goaltend, and it is a shot that wasn't going to be near going down.
That's a mental mistake right there from Sean Phillips. I know he wants to go get the ball, but so big he goes to get the ball, and that's interfering with the shot. Great defense by Mark Mitchell.
Anthony Robinson, quarterback in the offense, deep two on the way, and pure.
Right decision from Anthony Robinson. Great poise and patience, Missouri offensively. Move the ball side to side, get it to both sides of the floor, side pick and roll, read the defense. It's a right decision right there from Anthony Robinson to get to his pull-up game.
DJ Ward looking for the rebuttal. Gets it right back. The 6-foot point guard.
Once again, Missouri doesn't come up with a 50-50 ball. How many times have we said that in the second half? Giving up an offensive rebound, but also not getting to a 50-50 ball.
Off the mark, but going to the free throw line when we return. Luke Almatovar will have a chance to maybe put SEMO back in front. What a night it's been here at Mizzou Arena. Mizzou led by 12, SEMO led by 9 in the second half, and it's a 1-point game. Less than 4 to play here in mid-Missouri. You got to go all the way back 20 years ago. They've won the last 10 by an average of 21 points. These usually are cupcakes and easy dubs for the Tigers.
Yeah, just to put it in perspective, SEMO was out-rebounded by SLU by 25. They are currently beating Mizzou on the glass by 2. They have 30 rebounds to Missouri's 28. So that says a lot about Missouri right now. They're not coming up with defensive rebounds. They're not getting 50-50 balls. And SEMO is doing a great job of making shots and staying in this game offensively, doing a really good job defensively of fighting and competing. Those extra effort plays, SEMO's won those plays in the second half, and it's why they're in this game and why it's a 1-point game with under 4 to play.
To add to that, SEMO, who was last in the entire Ohio Valley Conference in offensive rebounds per game last year, they're +3 on the offensive window.
Yeah. And again, for Missouri, that can't happen, especially the size differential. But you talk about it, 12 offensive rebounds, and Missouri just not doing enough on the defensive glass to secure the ball. They've had some good defensive possessions. They've been so much better in the second half defensively, but closing those defensive possessions out over the last 3 or 4 minutes just hasn't been there consistently enough.
We are into crunch time, into winning time. Luke Almatovar at the free throw line and missing the first. That's his first free throw attempt for a man who's got 20 points tonight.
He's been really good tonight, very efficient. Has done a nice job of staying aggressive, 8 of 18 from the field, 4 of 11 from 3, but he has got to continue to shoot that ball and be aggressive offensively, getting a blow here.
We are all knotted up, 76-76. Just like everybody would have forecasted for this one.
All about execution now. Winning time, under 4 minutes, tie game.
Who do you go to here down the stretch if you're Missouri?
It's definitely going to be that guy.
That's a call. It's going to go against Mark Mitchell. Count that as an 18th turnover. The charge.
Let's see it here. Mitchell on the drive, and the question is he in front of Mark Mitchell there, or if it's on the side? Feet look to be set. Bang, bang call. Unfortunate for Mark Mitchell and Mizzou.
SEMO trying to take back the lead. Braxton Stacker. DJ Ward trying to lob it to Idana. Northweather with another stuff. And to end, it's Mitchell with the layup and the foul.
What a great play by Northweather, by the way, to deflect that pass defensively and lead the break. But Mark Mitchell, he has been excellent, and he is a problem in transition when he's ahead with the ball. He's got ball skills like a guard. And right there, the Euro step slows his pace through the contact, and again, it's his touch. But what a great read right there by Northweather. And then Mark Mitchell, right decision, 2-on-1, foul or layup. You get both. Go right through the contact, right to left footwork. And again, just the touch to get the ball over the rim. Important free throw right here, though, coming from Mark Mitchell.
Northweather has gotten so many deflections on the defensive side of things. Mitchell, just 2 of 8 from the charity stripe tonight. That's a huge make for him and for Missouri. Well, Mitchell is going to check out now.
Mark Mitchell might have been cramping there.
And they're going to stretch out that left leg, so he'll take a breather. Mizzou hoping it's a quick one.
Important minutes here for Javon Porter. Mark Mitchell out of the game. Defensively, he's got to be active on the glass to help this unit.
Brendan Terry all the way in, too strong. And it's Mizzou basketball.
Mizzou is fortunate right there. That was a complete breakdown defensively. No communication. It looks like SEMO is going to challenge.
Brad Korn will have them take another look at it. Why not? Just a little over 2 minutes left anyways. 3-point game. I mean, Terry only has 4 points. As many points as fouls.
Out of bounds play is under review. It's being challenged.
Terry right there trying to go to the right, to the left side of the rim with the right hand. And looked like he might have had either a soft floater there or the front of the rim, but in any case, ball's deflected.
There's a lot of hands in there.
A lot of hands. That's going to be tough. And once again, the call on the floor is going to matter here, just like the previous challenge on the opposite end for Mizzou that went in SEMO's favor. Right there, it's a bang-bang play.
I was wrong last time, so I'm going to plead the fifth on this occasion.
We both were.
Initial thought there was it's off with Northweather, but what this does, though, as you can see, Mark Mitchell now back and ready to get back in the game. This is basically a de facto timeout for him.
And you wonder how he'll hold up here over the last 2 minutes and 49 seconds. He's been so important in the second half.
And you be the judge at home. There's about 5 hands in there.
Javon Porter's right hand is in there hitting the ball, but just from that angle, it's definitely tough to see if Bell might have hit that ball in between Northweather's hands as well. Let's see.
I mean, I thought it was off of Northweather from the trajectory, though, and from that follow through. I mean, Porter's involved, certainly.
There's the left hand of Bell.
I mean, the question is this enough?
You're right. Again, the call on the floor is going to matter in this situation.
By the way, that's also Marquez Bell at all of 6'3" in there for SEMO.
Make no mistake, SEMO's got some athletes. I mean, they were.
It's going to be your ball. It's going to be your ball.
It will be SEMO's
After
ball.
further review, the ball remains with Missouri.
Not enough evidence to overturn is what they tell us. So it does stay with Missouri. And once again, the call on the floor, massive.
And SEMO's going to laugh because I think they thought they had. And officials going to say there was no indisputable evidence there to change that call. But I think SEMO thought it was their ball there for a second.
Yeah, Brad Korn is really shaking his head. Hands on his hips over there on the sideline. Mitchell trying to post up. He's got Ward in there. They find Northweather. There's the lob, and Ward tips it away. Northweather gets it right back, though. Shot clock reset.
Right, Missouri's so fortunate there. Northweather just staying in the play. Gets Missouri an extra possession.
He is doing a lot of the little things. DJ Ward, what a moment that was. Robinson. Lost the ball, but that's a foul, and that is number 5 against Brendan Terry.
Brad Korn is not happy, and I think this goes back to the challenge. He's still mad about the challenge.
He's got to be careful, and they should give him a long leash here in this moment. Terry fouls out with 4 points. He's second on the team with 14 in the loss on Monday. Second team all-conference player a year ago. That's a big loss. So they bring in David Idata, the 7-footer, in his stead. He's also got 4 fouls. And remember, if this becomes a free throw shooting game down the stretch here, Mizzou at the moment 11 for 21. They have the same attempts as they did on Monday with only 1 more make.
And right now with Mark Mitchell, you got 4 white jerseys that are good free throw shooters. You got Stone, Cruz, Robinson, Northweather, reliable free throw shooters. And obviously Mark Mitchell's just been so dominant, especially in the second half.
Robinson was 77% a year ago and gets them both to fall. Lead has blossomed back to 5. Crowd getting on their feet. Stacker with the 3, no good. Jacob Cruz, a big rebound, 2 minutes left.
It's a good look right there. Missouri didn't switch that. They were staying man and did not switch. Good look. Mark was a little late on the closeout.
No field goals in about 3 minutes now for SEMO. Robinson kicks it out. Stone, too strong. And there's the 6-foot guard again, B.J. Ward. Full head of steam. Idata. And he gets the layup. Back to a 1-possession game.
Great stuff from B.J. Ward to attack right there. He did not want to settle into the half court. He wanted to push pace. Missouri doesn't stop the ball there, and he gets to the paint. Any paint touch makes things difficult for your defense. And SEMO gets a layup out of it.
Just about everybody standing here at Mizzou Arena. Tigers up by just 3. Mark Mitchell has the reins, driving left, and finishes strong.
All day, Mark Mitchell with the low gather. These are big-time moves from Mark Mitchell in space, using that footwork and that touch to give Missouri a 2-possession lead.
SEMO has 2 timeouts. B.J. Ward driving baseline, and he stepped out of bounds.
It's a big stop, but Missouri had to have it. Ward trying to make things happen on the baseline. Right there was a good defensive play by Anthony Robinson to force Ward to the baseline, and just unfortunate to step there on the baseline, turn the ball over.
Defensive matchup change here as Idata goes out. Blocker comes back in. Mizzou is in the double bonus, and that will be 2 free throws.
And that might have been a little bit of a bailout. SEMO, I think, had Missouri in a trap right there. Good pressure from SEMO. And the unfortunate foul there, and Mark Mitchell will go to the line, but Missouri's struggling right there a little bit to break the press.
That was not the intention to be that quick with it from Stacker. Given how things were unfolding, that is his 4th foul. He's got 26 points, but the man who leads everybody tonight is back at the free throw line. Mark Mitchell with 27. And he's found some rhythm from the line.
He has. And look, Mark Mitchell's worked on this a lot. He has struggled in the first half to make free throws. But a player takes a lot of pride knowing he's going to be at the free throw line. He does work on this every day, and these are pressure free throws right here. And he sticks them both.
50 seconds left. 3-possession game now. Gotta be quick. Cutting all the way in. It's blocked away, but a goaltend call. Or rather, foul call, excuse me, against Jacob Cruz.
It's the right decision. Right decision right there by Bell to attack Jacob Cruz. Ball's moving around, and Jacob Cruz losing his footing in terms of keeping the ball in front. Good recovery, trying to block that shot. And a strong attack from Bell to get to the free throw line, stop the clock.
Marquez Bell, 10 points on the night. Looking for his first of the second half, though. Right into the student section. These are not easy.
Not easy. Those antlers will get after you.
Great sign in there somewhere that says Southeast Missouri is not a state.
The signs never fail here in Mizzou Arena.
Bell connects on both. Cole will come in. Almodovar out. Northweather enters the fold for Mizzou.
Right there, Dennis Gates yelling for Mark Mitchell to take the ball out. It's the right decision.
They get the trap and an immediate foul.
Right there, Coach Korn wanted that trap without the foul, and Anthony Robinson, his quickness, able to create the contact.
$85 points for Missouri. They averaged just under 84 a game last year. That was 9th in the country, and it was the highest for the program in 35 years.
I know Mark Mitchell's going to be the story for Mizzou tonight, but Anthony Robinson, it can't be left out of just the conversation of the job he's done in the second half. I really feel like from a captain perspective, he has led the charge and really done a nice job defensively, running offense, running actions. He stuck a big shot on a pull-up that got Missouri a 2-possession lead. So he's had some big moments in the second half to also carry the lead with Mark Mitchell to get this 7-point lead.
It's been those two down the stretch. Robinson's defense has definitely been a major factor. Braxton Stacker, Almodovar. It's a prayer at this point, but it's off the glass and in.
Man, windows open.
He's up to 24 now, and they're within 4.
It's a big shot, too, and get the timeout and cut it to a 2-possession game. Big shot. Try to extend this game, and good challenge by Stone, and doesn't land in the shooting area as well, but gets the ball off the square.
I mean, you can't ask for better defense, right?
That's off a side step back. It's good defense. It absolutely is, and it's a good contest, and it's a disciplined contest because there's no foul and you're challenging the shot. We saw Stone earlier in this half block a shot in that corner on a 3-point shot, and that is something the defense is proper contesting without fouling, contesting with the right hand, making sure you're challenging shots but being smart about it. It's just a big-time shot off the window.
Respect to the NAIA kids. Out of St. Francis University in Indiana. Played his first D1 game on Monday. Now he's playing a Power 4 team from the SEC on the road. And look at what he has done tonight. 24 points, 5 threes. Out there 34-plus minutes.
You want to talk about confidence, too, as we keep going down the road. He's actually smiling and laughing at Stone, thinking, man, I did everything I could to try to stop that. And he still knocks it down, but
we know there are no moral victories in college basketball. But
correct.
What a massive jolt of confidence this is going to give this group no matter how the last 30 seconds
I've just been impressed with how SEMO's competed. All the details that they've allowed them to stay in this game.
Nearing a 5-second call. They had the trap on. Robinson will head to the free throw line.
Again, from Missouri, and I know they're going to the free throw line here, but at breaking pressure, you got to want the ball, and that's everybody. And Anthony Robinson goes to get the ball. He's trapped, and right there, SEMO does not want to foul. They want to try to force the turnover, but fortunately for Missouri, they get the call and go to the free throw line.
Robinson's perfect on the night. And there's the announcer Jinx.
On cue.
39 and a half minutes to show up.
We were 26 seconds away.
Almost got there. They were only 3 of 10 from the line in the first half. Just a 5-point game.
Smart for Missouri here. Defend without fouling.
DJ Ward. It's with Bell, spinning, floating, and he'll go to the free throw line. A chance to make it a 1-score game.
It's a good attack. This is something Missouri's going to really have to work on is their paint interior defense. But really it comes back to Anthony Robinson has guarded the ball well. Missouri's not done a good job in terms of maintaining the dribble drive. A lot of drives from SEMO in this second half, particularly getting to the paint. Missouri getting lost in actions, especially in rotations. A lot of that communication. Also the second game of the regular season as well.
And Marquez Bell misses. He was perfect 4 of 4. And that's huge because it will stay a 2-possession game now. 12 points. Just 2 in the second half, but this came only a few seconds ago.
Right here, if you're SEMO, you want to try to get a steal right away and not allow Anthony Robinson to get the ball. Hard traps. Hopefully try to get a steal at the initial action, and then you will have to foul.
Mitchell nowhere to go. And a timeout called by Dennis Gates.
Great timeout from Dennis Gates. He knew where the official was. Saw nobody was open and got the timeout himself.
Yeah, there were a lot of heads turning left and right and left and right. Heard that whistle, but didn't know where it came from.
And again, I give SEMO a ton of credit. They're pressing right now. They're face guarding right there, and they're taking everything away, and nobody's getting open. And Mark Mitchell's got to having to run the baseline. Usually when you run the baseline, something comes open, and SEMO is airtight. Really impressed with SEMO tonight. Just offensively, we've touched on, but even defensively, late in the game. First half, they were great with their hands, getting deflections, getting steals, forcing some turnovers. Missouri's done a good job of building offense in the second half, but SEMO stayed right with them in terms of trying to get stops when they can, and not, you know, the mismatches have benefited Missouri, but SEMO's team defense has been really solid tonight, really for both halves.
I mean, a gutsy effort for a team that came in about a 25-point underdog, and it was an early buzzsaw. They were down 12-0. They could not find a bucket. And all of a sudden, I mean, they made this a game in a hurry, and they've been right there step for step with Mizzou since.
And I'll tell you, every OVC team that faces SEMO this year, they're going to watch this tape. There's no doubt about it. They know that this game, SEMO will look back on it. I'm with you. There's no moral victories, obviously, but SEMO's got a lot to take from this game for sure, especially after, I think, the disappointment they would say, again, in the SLU game where they really were outplayed. They didn't shoot the ball. Their efficiency was pretty poor. They were beat on the glass, killed on the glass. Defensive transition was bad. They've responded tonight, played really well.
In terms of the adjustments you want to make throughout a season and throughout, you know, a single week after a few off days, SEMO looks a lot better in the areas in which they struggled on Monday. Ward got his hand in the passing lane. Fight for the loose ball. Everybody on the floor. And it's a jump ball. It'll stay with the Tigers.
It's excellent defense by B.J. Ward. I mean, just touched on it. To get that deflection, and bodies on the floor, getting the tie up. Looks Missouri will retain possession.
I couldn't even see the ball in there. That
I couldn't
like
either.
A rugby scrum.
And Mark Mitchell, it's right decision, try to get the bounce pass in. And you think Anthony Robinson can go get the ball, but B.J. Ward was just hounding Anthony Robinson there.
Mitchell finds Stone. Much better this time from Missouri to get it in.
That was better action, and Anthony Robinson and Stone had the slip on there where Stone could cut back to the ball. Great free throw shooter going to the line right here.
So no matter what happens here, it'll still be two possessions. Jaden Stone, grad student from Australia, will head to the free throw line. He didn't attempt a free throw in the opener on Monday, and he hasn't shot one today either, but this is a veteran. He will turn 25 years old on Monday. Makes the first.
College basketball right there showing. I'm just happy for Jaden Stone, just the situation that took place last year at West Virginia where he was unable to play, puts his name in the portal, and Kyle Smith-Peters and that staff really identified him. They knew what he was at Detroit Mercy, the scorer he was, the shooter he was. He's going to help Mizzou this year.
Just about a year and a half, and he misses this free throw. 5-point game. Got to hurry if you're the Redhawks. Marquez Bell driving in. Almodovar, he's hit so many tonight. Can't hit this one. That should just about see this one across the finish line. The way he's looked tonight, you almost just expect that to find a way in.
Absolutely. I thought for a second it might bounce off the window too.
Well, he had a good angle. It was going to go glass if it was going to go, it felt like. Mitchell pokes it away, and Mizzou survives the home opener. A 5-point win. They needed to gut this one out against an in-state foe.
Both teams got better tonight. This is a great matchup. SEMO fought the entire way. Mizzou found an answer in the second half with Anthony Robinson's defense. Mark Mitchell was special, and Missouri gets to 2-0 with a season home opener win tonight on Mizzou Arena floor. Great crowd tonight in this game. SEMO fought, nothing to hang their heads over in the game they played tonight.
Missouri ekes it out. They were out-rebounded by the undersized SEMO team, but the Tigers shot 59% from the field and 40% from distance. Entertaining, encapsulating matchup on this Friday night. And that'll do it here in Como for Jared Sutton and our entire production team here at Mizzou Arena. I'm Max Thomas saying so long from Como, where Mizzou takes down SEMO 89-84, the final in an absolute barn burner.